Rajesh and the Secret of Life. Rajesh was a young boy who lived in a small village near the mountains. He was kind, hardworking, and curious. But he had one big problem: he worried too much. Even small difficulties made him anxious. One day, Rajesh felt completely overwhelmed. His father had scolded him for breaking a pot, his friends had laughed at him for losing a race, and his teacher had given him extra homework for forgetting his assignment. Frustrated and sad, he decided to visit the wise monk who lived in a monastery atop a nearby hill. The climb was steep, but Rajesh was determined. After an hour of walking, he reached the monastery, where he found the monk, an old man with a long white beard and kind eyes, meditating under a tree. Rajesh hesitated, but then gathered courage and spoke. "Master, I feel like I'm drowning in worries. No matter how hard I try, something always goes wrong. Please help me." The monk opened his eyes and smiled. "Sit down, my child. Let me show you something." He took out a small bag of salt and handed it to Rajesh. "Take a handful and put it in that small cup of water." Rajesh did as he was told. The monk then asked him to drink. Rajesh took a sip and immediately spat it out. "It's too salty," he exclaimed. The monk chuckled and led him to a nearby lake. "Now take the same handful of salt and throw it in the lake." Rajesh obeyed. The monk then asked him to drink some water from the lake. Rajesh scooped up some water and drank. It was cool and fresh. "Did you taste the salt?" the monk asked. "No, master," Rajesh replied. The monk smiled. "Problems in life are like salt. Their amount stays the same, but whether they make your life bitter depends on how big your heart and mind are. If you remain like a small cup, even a little problem will overwhelm you. But if you expand your perspective, like the vast lake, no problem can make your life bitter." Rajesh listened carefully and nodded. He realized his problems only felt big because he focused too much on them. "But master, what about my broken pot? My father scolded me so much." The monk picked up a broken clay pot and said, "Can you put it back together?" "No, master," Rajesh admitted. "Exactly. Some mistakes cannot be undone, just like this pot. But you can learn from them. Instead of worrying about what's broken, focus on making a new pot and being more careful next time." Rajesh felt lighter. "But my friends made fun of me for losing a race," he said. The monk pointed at the trees. "Do the tall trees mock the small ones? Does the fast-growing tree laugh at the slow one?" "No, master," Rajesh replied. "Then why feel bad if someone runs faster? Everyone grows at their own pace. The only race that matters is the one with yourself." Rajesh smiled, realizing he only needed to focus on his own improvement. "And my teacher gave me extra homework. It feels unfair," he said. The monk laughed. "If you plant a seed today, will it bear fruit tomorrow?" "No, master," Rajesh answered. "It takes time." "Exactly. Knowledge and discipline are like growing a tree. Your teacher is helping you grow. Extra work is like extra water and sunlight. It makes you stronger." Rajesh now saw challenges as opportunities. He thanked the monk and walked home, feeling lighter. He decided to be like the lake, learn from mistakes, focus on his own growth, and see difficulties as chances to improve. From that day on, problems still came, but they no longer overwhelmed him. Rajesh had learned the secret of life: problems are just salt, and life is the lake.